What's up? Welcome back to Under the Marquee. I am your host, Matthew Gonzalez. Episode 3. We did it, guys. We're at 3 already. I hope you guys have enjoyed the last couple episodes. They've been super fun for me. I hope they've been fun for you. Today we have quite an amazing friend of mine named SISI. Super excited to share this one with you. She is just the best, badass musician, glowing personality, and also a glowing radiant tan. If you're watching this, you're going to know she's super tan and I'm super pale and deathly looking. It's going to be great. It's going to be super fun. I definitely went in tan the next day a little bit. You can't tell, but that's just because that's how I look. Anyways, it's a fun interview. We talk about all sorts of good stuff. Turns out we both come from a bit of a military background, Latino background, and it's a lot of fun. It gets a little, funnier stories in the middle, so please do stick around. But yeah, if you haven't figured it out yet, we have episodes every single Wednesday, new musicians. Super excited for all the people that are coming around. So if you get a chance, please follow along on YouTube, on Spotify, on Instagram, and on TikTok. I know it's small, but I can't tell you how helpful it is for me and for the thing we're trying to get going here. But yeah, without wasting any time, we got SISI. Let's go. My homegirl SISI, what's up, girl?
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm good. I've been looking forward to this since you texted me. It was the best message I've gotten, and I'm just so stoked for this. I'm honored. This is amazing.
Thank you.
I'm really, really excited.
Yeah,
and I'm really nervous and bad at podcasts. So I'm gonna try my best.
I'm really bad at it too. This is one of the very first episodes.
Honored and stoked for you.
Still figuring it out. But what's up with you? How have you been? I mean, shit. How?
Oh man, what a whirlwind of a year. I've been good. I've been working. Like what my headspace goes to is as much of the conversations of like what I've been doing versus what's actually going on. The most of it is that there's work. Like the back end is that I'm trying to get in the studio as often as possible and finish this record. And that's my summer focus. I'm so excited about it. And I'm in studio with Boo, which is incredible.
That's Chris Boo.
Chris Busada.
We love him.
He's incredible.
What's up, homie?
And the way that we work, I just am really excited for the music that we're putting out. So my focus is that after this last 10 months of just cranking out shows and playing so many shows and doing all the shows, now it's time to
reel it back in.
Yeah. Go back to the tunes, go back to studio and hopefully post-summer, put out this record.
How the hell was playing Austin City Limits? I mean,
it was the craziest thing.
For people that don't know, it's a big festival. You should probably know, but it's a huge festival in town. ACL, Austin City Limits, and it's a huge honor to play that. How was that?
Huge. I mean, I've been playing and working in this town for a long time.
I know, I've seen you.
For almost 10 years, which is crazy. And I've gone. And I've worked in hospitality and in the wine industry for a long time too. So on top of that, I don't really go to shows because I'm either working or playing the show. Yeah,
I forgot to mention she's not only a badass musician, singer, songwriter, performer. She's also a sommelier. What did you have? Like a science degree?
I've worked in winemaking and work in the wine world. I drink for the people.
Yeah. And a yoga teacher and just a bunch of just everything. Just imagine all the good stuff.
Thank you. I feel like I just like to work and don't know what's going to hit well, but if it's feeding me in some way, then I'm just happy and grateful to be able to work. That feels like a blessing in itself. But as an Austinite, getting to play ACL, it was a huge honor. I took it really seriously that I've been playing in this city for a long time, and that's a bill, right? When you share bills with people you really honor to, you're like, motherfuck. Can I
you can curse.
Okay.
Motherfuck shit.
Motherfuck. It was crazy, and I wanted to rise to the kindness and the opportunity of being on that bill with people. So I wanted to be, I wanted to have it make sense that I'm on that bill,
Nice.
know. So if anything, it was an opportunity to, that feeling when they're like, stay in the big rooms, like go into the room where you feel very, very small.
Yeah.
That felt like one of those opportunities where I'm like, this is who and how I hope to be, and to be around that caliber of artists and musicians and the way they work and the way that they prepare and all of that. It was a huge learning opportunity.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be the big fish in a small pond.
I think I'll ever be a big fish in a small pond. I feel this big all the time, but anything that I can do to ego death is like my mission in life. I think
you already are. You just said you just played ACL. You're working with Boo.
I know. I feel really lucky. I am so stoked for the songs we're doing in the studio.
I can't wait.
I'm so itchy about it. But
what was it like actually being on? Because I didn't get to see you play. Unfortunately, I missed it, but I did see some of the videos, and you didn't play on the small stage.
It's a huge stage. I had so much running room. And if anyone knows me, I don't love wearing pants, so I didn't that day. I wore like a little leotard. And I ran around it like I felt far away from my bandmates.
Yeah, right.
And if you've played in Austin or any band that's played for 10 years, the amounts of different small tiny stages we've played on and how we maneuver playing like just next to each other, it's just cool. The space itself is a recognition of that step up and the caliber of type of show we get to play. So it was cool to be like, remember, I mean, my guitar, Scotty we've both hit each other before with our guitars, and my hair's gotten caught in his guitar. Yeah, I know it, like when we play. So for this to be so far apart, I was like, where are you? Where are you guys?
That's great.
So it was its own, it's a big stage, and people were there. I saw that whole bit.
I also saw the turnout, and it was
amazing.
Yeah, bummed I couldn't make it.
It's a bucket list thing for sure that I hope, happens in other scenarios that just mean, I don't know, holler Lollapalooza and Coachella and holler y'all.
Holler at your girl.
Holler at your girl.
She's interested.
We're just finding the next catapult things and letting momentum in the universe kind of do its thing.
Well, one of the fun things I like to talk about is, especially because I get to invite all my friends on here. Do you remember how we met?
Holy shit. Yes. Wait, yes. If I'm right.
Let's see. What do you remember?
You barbecuing.
That's right.
Let's fucking go.
I love being right.
Yeah, you're an incredible chef. Like, you cook legitimate, incredible barbecue.
I do cook some meat. Out there, y'all. Barbecuer. But do you remember what went down? Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, still cooking. I don't really do it for anybody in particular. But it's kind of one of those things where I want to, if I get back in the game, I kind of want to own my own spot or do my own thing. I cook Texas style barbecue.
You should bring on some other barbecue chefs on here, and y'all do the podcast at the smoker. Oh. Or I don't know, incorporate that and teach people how to.
I think the next season potentially might be chefs. So
hell yeah,
we're gonna start here, then we might move on.
Oh, dude.
Tell me what you remember about the time that we first met.
It was an event in Rancho.
Yeah.
And wasn't it like a storm? Didn't we cook in bad weather, or was it good weather?
Shit.
Or was that a different event we did together?
I think there might have been some rain the night before.
And we were all worried about it. We covered all the wood.
We were in Rancho Pillow. We covered all the wood. And I think you were working it as well.
Yeah, I'm the wine director out there.
Yeah. And I just remember I was cooking up meats, getting them all ready for the day before with my big 500-gallon smoker. And I just remember at some point taking a swimming break. In the pool pool. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good time.
One of the clearest skies you can see is out at Rancho Pillow, which everyone should go to.
Yeah. And the day that we actually hung out, or the day that the actual event happened, it was perfect weather.
Perfect weather.
Great. Yeah.
I have this image of you in my head, and maybe it's a picture or a profile picture you had or something, but it's you standing on the smoker with your long hair.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That was at Rancho Pillow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me on top of it doing my cooking.
Yes.
Around. And then we had that truck that they have, and I was carving meat in the back of the truck.
The light blue Studebaker.
Yeah, see, exactly.
So good. Dude, my memory's on point today.
Yeah, fucking killing it. Dude.
Damn.
Well done.
This is coffee, not wine, so I'm crushing it right now.
Just fucking crushing it.
That was really great.
Yeah.
I love knowing that I met you in industry. I have a deep, deep love and appreciation and respect for hospitality in general. The scene of the underbelly of when people serve people.
Right.
Matters a lot to me, and it's been my career for a long time. That's fed my music career. So I love knowing that we met in the grounds of serving people, and and bad weather.
And both of us doing what we do. You know, I got me cooking my meats back in the day, and you slinging that wine
thing. Yeah,
and here
so
we are,
cool.
both sitting down here as musicians as well.
Incredible. Man, it's cool that time does its thing.
Yeah. Yeah, can you tell me what was it like singing the national anthem?
Dude. The irony of that is that the national anthem is the first song I ever sang in public. I was in high school volleyball, and I'm also 5'5.5". So for everyone being like, "You played," never forget that half.
Nope.
No. Anyone, I would be like, "Coach, put me in," and it's like I'm 5'5". So my way of being like incorporated in the game, I sang the national anthem, and so I don't even think about what I'm saying. I've sang it for so long.
That's so wild.
And rehearsed it for so long. My brothers hated me during that rehearsal. My mom would be like, "Otra vez con el José, can you see?" And I'm like, "Jose, one more time." So it was exciting because I didn't feel nervous about learning it, but it was insane because it's a fucking thing, dude. Like the stadium holds like over 17,000 people.
Jesus.
You know, like, and they're professional athletes, and
it's just
it's a whole thing, dude. And then it's just me,
5'5.5",
and I expected them to be like, and now the national anthem sung by blah blah blah. But no, this announcer deserves an award because he was like, and now, like I might as well have been Beyonce the way that he introduced it. He's like, the national anthem by SISI, and I was like, damn. Now I have to be that SISI. I was just gonna be like, SISI, sing the national anthem. Now I have to be SISI. But it was awesome. It was so awesome. It was, you know when you say yes to stuff and then afterward you're like, fuck, what did I just say yes to?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. So when I had said yes to it, I was like, cool. And then I'm doing it and I'm like, holy shit, I'm doing this. So it was a very special opportunity. Also, Austin FC is one of the... Man, talk about the way that people should support Austin musicians or just being a part of the Austin culture.
Right.
The way they leaned into my music, leading up to having me as the national anthem feature, just really special opportunities that are a big deal for a musician that incorporates being a part of this city's underbelly,
right.
and posting about my music or my shows. Like they really got involved in how they can be a part of me as an Austin artist, not just like, hey, we need a singer for the national anthem.
Right.
And that was really cool. And I felt that was really, and I talked to them about it and was like, this is really impressive. You could get anybody to do this and you're choosing like little old me. And they're like, no, we want to grow. They're like, we're new as a team, where, you know, as a thing, the Austin FC, we want to grow with people. We want it to be like when you come back and sing again, because we're all watching each other's growth, that there's trajectory. So we want to be a part of the growth. And I was like, bless you. Like, it was awesome.
I think that's so huge. I mean, they do such a good job. They do reach out to local musicians. Mm-hmm. They also do local chefs. They also, you know, they're active in the community.
Yeah.
And, you know, part of me wanted to start this podcast because there's a lot of other podcasts in town that don't do that.
And don't see that as anger.
No.
You should see it as an opportunity.
That's how.
Talking to y'all. Yeah. The opportunity is to lean into lean into where is calling, what is now what you call home, because this place can love you back and has a lot.
Has a lot to offer.
And you can be a part of people's growth too. So that's an opportunity for everybody that's coming on in with their podcast. But to your point, this is why I was so excited. I was like, I don't think anybody's doing this here, of just being like, what's the scene? How's the growth? And from musician to musician of like, this is serious. You know, this is an opportunity for us, and being a part of helping us grow is huge. So I'm stoked to be here, and I'm so like happy for what you're doing, and you're perfect for it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And you're perfect for being one of my first guests. I couldn't think of anybody better.
Cheers to you
thank you.
For doing it yourself, and for like calling them out and being like, guys,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
We have everybody here. We have amazing, talented people. Let's put the spotlight down on us. Yeah. You know, on the people around us. But what do you say? Should we play a little ditty?
Sing a little ditty?
You play a little ditty?
You can sing it and I can watch whatever you're down for. I would love to.
I'm just gonna watch intently into your eyes as you sing beautiful music.
Thank you. The fact that you even know this song.
Yeah, this first song is a request on my part. And what's the name of the song?
This song is called Line Cheat.
Cool.
I had a sad girl summer last summer, got my little heart broken, and I wrote a song about it like everyone should when their heart gets broken. I wrote 2 songs about it, but this one's the one that's my power move, I guess, of just, this is what happened. It's like the newspaper article. It has no intent of being malicious or like a clapback as much as it is. I'm going to tell a story.
Facts.
It's called Line Cheat.
He told a pretty story about his oh-so-heavy heart, how his mind is filled with demons and he needs my loving arms. Said he wants to be a good man. I am a river and he was. Yeah, he was a bloodhound. So I loved him like the sunshine, enlisted in his war. I poured light into his gunshots from lives he lived before, where he ran out of the water. But I am a river and he was. Yeah, he was a bloodhound. And I am the ocean, the rain, I'm the taste of good champagne. I am the cold shower you can't seem to face. When you hurt a good woman, you will never be the same. Without her river, you'll be thirsty every day. Hidden in the shadows, you'd look for someone new, and you call yourself a bad man, and you blame it on the booze, and you say you just need water. Darling, my river ain't for you. 'Cause I am the ocean, the rain, I'm the taste of good champagne. I am the cold shower you can't seem to face. When you hurt a good woman, you will never be the same. Without her river, you'll be thirsty every day. And the Cali sunshine faded, I turned up the Texas heat. I took all his tequila and I poured it at his feet. 'Cause I am a river, I told you I'm a river. You ain't no cowboy, you're just a lying cheat. Oh, and I am the ocean, the rain, I'm the taste of good champagne. I am the cold shower you can't seem to face. When you hurt a good woman, you will never be the same. Without her river, you'll be thirsty every day. Without my river, you'll be thirsty every day. Thirsty every day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Let's see. Tell me, what's that song about?
I mean, when it happened, I know, right? This one, you can't tell anything about it. Yeah, heartbreak is crazy. Finding out that people can hurt you in those ways when they're the love of your life to you. You know, that's all the truth. I don't even, to some extent, there's like a part of me that wants to play it cooler and be like, no, it's cool, like it's fine, blah, blah, blah. But that's why it carried that weight. It was that serious to me. It was, you know, and I think being just upfront and honest and kind of like, that's what it was. I don't mind not looking cool and being like, no, I really was like very in love. And it, not everything's going to be reciprocated in life. I totally get that. And because it's purely because I was in fact so sincerely in love and in it that I could be so heartbroken as well. So I think that song is only so heartbreaking, and I could write it the way that I did because it was very sincere heartbreak. I was not I was not okay. Well, it was not okay, but I wrote a lot of music, so you can take a W where you can.
You can definitely hear it. That's one of the reasons why I was requested that one as the first one, is because you have a very genuine quality in you and all the music that you do. But when I hear that one, I'm like, somebody fucked up. Somebody done hurt you, and I done
got hurt. Yeah. You know what's wild is like, you don't think that you have anything in common with anybody in the world, right? We all think we have our like very unique microcosm of existence until someone relates to something that you feel like only is happening to you, and the world will never understand your pain, which is arrogant to think, and naive, obviously. But it's, when I wrote that song and I would post about it, which was cathartic, and my way of therapy to myself is the way that I write. I didn't write it for someone, right? I didn't write it to say, all of us that have been in heartbreak, here's our song. It was just that I was drowning and I needed to write a song, right? But the amount of people that would reach out and be like, this is what I'm going through right now. I needed this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, one, pissed that everybody gets heartbroken like this. I was like, well, fuck all these people. Fuck. Like, why do people hurt people?
Yeah.
And you start like, why is this so prevalent? Why do so many people reach out saying, that happened to me too. Oh my gosh, I relate to this so much. And like I said, I'm aware that this happens to everybody, but you don't even feel the world around you when you're in pain.
Right.
You can only feel you.
I think that is just kind of like how some of the best music comes out, is when you're looking inward to express something, to get it off, as a cathartic way of getting it out. And then afterwards, it ends up living a life of its own,
There's something that I'd been working on, like in writing in general, that I'd never tried to work on writing, or like, where do I feel creative? It's always been that I write through what's going on.
Like a response
to my life, like on a daily moment-to-moment basis of whatever's going on. So a lot of my songs too everything is autobiographical, but it also felt like very transparent, where I was like, fuck, everyone's got to know that I'm struggling. And I have an ego, so I like being a bad bitch who works a lot and can take on the world. But I also felt really humbled by being heartbroken and being so, I guess I'm writing about feeling very vulnerable and sad. And I've never had an attempt at being creative in my writing. It's always been right to what I'm doing. But to your point about this incredible city, there's insane artists that are also really amazing at that part of being writers, of being creators.
Right.
And I've never stepped into that scenario, to be like, full disclosure. It's never been like, let me workshop this topic and writing about it and really working the craft. That's never been, just never the avenue of how I'd ever written. Right. And in the last year, I've attempted to say yes to a lot of those opportunities of these co-writes and collaborations with artists, which is wild how many people are incredible at that, of being like, let's make something together. And it's amazing. I mean, writers I've been working with, Nikki from Nala, Jordan Matthew Young, incredible, one of my favorite voices in this city, like insane singer.
Oh, so good. Hoping we get him on here one day.
Oh, for sure. He's the coolest.
Let's learn more about you. What was young SISI like? What was little SISI like?
Just a little psycho, bossy little girl. I'm not much different than I am right now. I have 5 brothers and sisters. I helped raise them with my mom, and we're a military family, so we moved around a whole lot. My mom is from Venezuela, so we were raised very Venezuelan, and wherever we lived, be it Venezuela, Germany, Washington, El Paso. We moved around a whole lot, but we were always under my mom's roof. So very Latina in spirit and well, and literal. But I've always mostly been bossy. I think of me as a kid, and all I can think about is that I babysat all the time. I was in charge of the kids. I started working as early as I could. I liked working. I've always liked working. I like moving. I've always been athletic. Like all of us played sport. We were kids. We liked to play. Yeah. We just liked to play, and we didn't quite have like a ton of financial stability. So, and we didn't know that. My mom did a beautiful job of giving us this childhood. We just felt like kids. If we were outside playing, we didn't know it was because there was like nothing else to do. We were playing. We were just playing, and it was so fun.
Did you have the what was it called, the street light thing? Remember that
street light thing?
Oh, it's like when it was time to go home. It's when the street lights came on.
Oh no, we would be outside all the time. Shoot, I invented a game called Westerly Tag. Anybody from the neighborhood remember this? Which would get us in so much trouble. But it was tag, but like on steroids, because the suburban was the base, and then the person had to go count inside. This is the best game ever. We should bring this back. Text me if you want to play. The person counts inside, and then you have 60 seconds to go and hide. But it's in the neighborhood, in the cul-de-sac, and it's any other people's backyards. Any people's yards, front or back, you hide in people's houses and whatever, which would get us in so much trouble. But it was scarier because then you're like in a tree in the backyard of someone's place that you jump the fence to. So if you get seen, then the person has to, like, it's a whole thing. You end up feeling like you're Batman if you make it to base. And what city was this? This was in San Antonio when we had first moved to San Antonio.
Okay.
And because I was the one babysitting all the kids all the time, all the neighborhood kids would come over because we weren't allowed to go anywhere because I was watching the kids.
Right.
So everyone was allowed to come over, and then afterward, I would make the biggest top ramen thing, and I would mix all of the flavors: the chicken, the shrimp, at the time they called it Oriental. I'm not being weird.
I do remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And it was a good flavor.
It was bomb.
Sodium out the roof. But
love it.
Anyway, those are like I loved my childhood in that way. We had
also when it said Oriental, I just always felt like I was like adventurous. With
me too.
Food.
I felt
was like, ooh, it's Oriental.
Yeah. And then when I'd mix it, I remember the first time because it was on accident or something, and then I like mixed it up, and I was like, "Am I incredible? This blend."
That's the beginning of your chefing right there.
Oh yeah. It was,
watch out, grapes! Here you come.
Yeah, that's the beginning of my culinary passions. I have a really deep respect for my mom and how we felt like kids. That I had a childhood all around the fact that my father passed away in the military when we were very little. Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, that should have completely taken over our childhoodness. And we were kids. Those are things that.
How old were you?
I was 10.
Oh wow.
And then I have 5 brothers and sisters. My mom was pregnant at the time with our fifth brother.
Wow.
So maybe like a couple months after it happened, she gave birth to my youngest brother alone, and we were stationed in San Antonio. So we stayed in San Antonio, and that's how we ended up in Texas.
Crazy.
And there's 5 of us. So 11-year-old, 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 5-year-old, and my sister, my youngest brother who was born.
Oh, wow.
So it was quite a childhood of, I just babysat. That's why I'm so bossy.
Yeah, you have to be. And you're a Latina.
And I'm Latina. There's, but I loved it. I didn't play music when I was a kid.
Did you identify much with military background? Because I don't know if you know this about me, but I also grew up in.
Really?
It wasn't full on military. We didn't go moving around a lot. But my father is Army. I was born in North Carolina.
Come on, we're Army.
Yeah.
Yes.
My all of my tias and tios, everybody. That's aunts and uncles for all you white people.
Learn those words if you don't know them.
Tio, tia. It's a very special word. Just rolls off the tongue nicely. But yeah, all of them were Navy, Air Force, Marines, a lot of damn Marines. They like to talk about it. Army.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
didn't know that.
Latino and a Mexican in a military family.
I love that. Yeah. I love knowing that. I do love the military.
Yeah.
Like it was my entire life. Like we were military brats.
Did you guys ever used to have the Christmas on the base things?
We would go to everything on base, especially the PX, because that's where all the discounts were at the military shopping.
Yep.
The main military stuff. Well, we know all the Army songs and all the, you know how they
Oh,
each
I don't
have their
even know
songs. Oh my gosh. Well, they have this award in my dad's name, and we go and give the award at the medical school graduations, which is so special that that we get involved with. Obviously, they've given that award for years now.
What was your father's name?
David. Yeah, David Scott Berry.
David Scott Berry.
He was a pediatric infectious disease doctor in the military and the Army, and he was amazing. He was the best ever.
Love that.
Ever. We had a beautiful childhood. Like I said, I know love is real and all that stuff because my mom and dad were so in love. It's awesome and a blessing because not everybody gets that example, you know?
No.
I know what it's supposed to look like. And even if it got taken earlier, I know it like the back of my hand.
I love that for you.
Happy kids because of these happy lovers.
Oddly enough, I had a very different side to that. I had heard about my parents. My parents split up before I started having memories, really. I had maybe a couple with them, but they were high school sweethearts.
Really?
Yeah. Who then
That's
had
special.
me, and it was very special. But I'd always just hear it from other people that were like, I could tell they always kind of saw me as like, oh, I know your parents. Like always like a reminiscent thing of a high school sweetheart love flame that I never really got to see. So I never got to see it.
Yeah. You ever wonder, isn't it weird to imagine our parents like our age? Like if we were to meet them and like hang out and be like,
oh man, you're
like
going to love this.
You did? What do you mean?
No, you're going to love this. I 100% often think about what they'd be like when they are my age. I took for my 20th birthday, my mom turned 40. And it was the same year she had me. And I went, this is back in Ticketmaster times, when Ticketmaster, you had to stand in line and wait outside. And I decided I was going to, because me and her always had a combatant thing with single mom as well, raising me, and I was a little bit rebellious and kind of a shit. And
the truth comes out.
I'm a little bossy shit as well. So the Latina in me as well.
The Latina in you
Right
is
there.
like, no.
But I waited in line at a Ticketmaster on a Saturday or Sunday morning early, and went and got tickets to Mana.
Let's go. Oh my God.
Got like fourth row tickets to Mana in Los Angeles.
Oh my God.
And surprised her. Didn't tell her what it was.
Did she cry?
Oh yeah, she cried.
Oh my God.
She also
I'm about to cry.
She
That's
had
incredible.
no idea. And I took her and she was like buying me beers and stuff when we were going. And she had no idea how close we were. So I got the tickets. I gave her one ticket and I said, the other one's with me because you're not taking anybody else.
Yeah, damn
And
straight.
Took her to the concert and we went, and then every time she tells the story, she always goes, oh my God. We went there, and as they were walking us down to the front, we got closer and closer and closer. And I just kept going, Mijo, what the hell?
Mijo, am I going to sing too?
What's happening?
Am I getting on stage?
And sure enough, we did. And we got like fourth row right in
Oh
the
my
front,
God.
watching the whole thing in LA, just big, going to go see Mana in LA. It's a big Chicano,
the best
badass
party I
thing.
imagine.
And we
My
were in the
jealousy.
very front, and I stood in the front, and right in the middle of the concert, I leaned over to her and I said, hey, I wanted to do this as a thank you to you. I know I haven't always been easy, but
I'm going to cry.
I'm turning 20 years old right now, and you were 20 years old when you had me, and I don't know how you did it. I could never do that, and I just want to thank you. And then she leaned over with her fucking ass and was just like, Mijo, I've known you your whole life. You could do it if you had to. And it just was like, and that was it.
Oh my God. I'm going to cry. That's incredible. That's so, also the insight as a 20-year-old, because 20 is still young. You know what I mean? We feel like we're adults and everything, but to have that emotional sincerity to want to express that awareness, that self-awareness of like, wow, this is who you were. This is the creature you were when you had me. And to want to say thank you and recognize that must have been crazy is one, a testament to just your spirit and your heart wanting to express that to your mom. But it's also really impressive. Like that's an impressive headspace to hold.
Well, it was just really mind-blowing to think, again, at that age, you think you know everything. You think you know it all. And it humbled me to hit 20 and go, oh shit, this is how old you were? I can barely wipe my own ass.
Yeah.
You were wiping my ass?
Yeah. Moms, I mean, parenting and moms and all of that is just, it is such a vocation and it's the most impressive thing in the world, right?
Yeah,
It's a
so-
big blessing and all that.
Shout out to you, Josie.
Oh my
She's gonna
God.
love this. Shout out to you,
Ole.
Josie.
Ole,
Good
ole,
night.
Josie.
Yeah,
Maná, dude. Oh,
Maná.
I have a dream of taking my mom to Juan Luis Guerra. I love Juan Luis Guerra
Yes.
so much. Or Estopa. I'd love to do some Estopa.
I don't know that one.
A band from Spain that I actually only know because we had to drive to Florida and the only CD that was in the car was Estopa. So for like 17 hours we were just like Estopa, Estopa like the whole time.
Oh, love that.
Yeah. Oh, but Juan Luis Guerra would rock.
Okay, I got a good one. We got some questions from the crowd, and I got one from Will Reynolds. He was
Oh my gosh!
He was already on the show with Billy King and the Bad Bad Bad.
Such
Holla.
a dope dude. So talented.
So talented and so nice.
He's like legit nice person.
Also, yes, I'm so excited to be doing this because I get to hang out with my friends, and I hope you guys it comes across on the camera. I am truly lucky to be friends with such awesome people like yourself and like Will Reynolds.
It's hard ditto.
But so he asked, he wanted to know if you could tell us about, and if you remember, trying out for American Idol.
Yes, I do, Will. God.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. Also, when we did that, Will and I would do our audition tapes. We did it together. Yeah. So I don't know if he wanted me to mention that part, and he had swoopy.
Emo hair?
Yeah, he had Justin Bieber hair.
Yeah.
Like straight blonde hair. Remember that part?
Remember that, Will?
Remember that, Will?
Huh?
It was awesome. Yeah, we auditioned for it. I don't know if I remember what song I did, but we sent in our audition tapes, and it was absolutely bizarre. And then I auditioned in person at the Dallas Stadium.
Oh.
I got told that I looked too much like Catherine McPhee,
Who's that?
an incredible singer.
Oh.
And she like won American Idol and all the things, but which is fine. I'm honored to look anything like Catherine McPhee, but it was there's even a commercial that came out. Please don't look this up, anybody.
Oh, look it all up.
I'm not even
Look
gonna say.
it
I'm
up.
so scared.
No, tell us.
I was in line for American Idol for so long, right? The videos of people like sleeping in the, like my mom came with me and slept, like we were just on the sidewalk forever. And the girl that stood beside me, who I'm still friends with actually on Facebook, she's an incredible singer too, but she had a really thick accent. And I'm not remembering if it's like Georgia or North Carolina or Tennessee, but it was one of those like draws that were like, oh my honey, like we're gonna sing our hearts out. It was like a really sweet southern accent. And what happens to me if I'm around anybody's accent for too long is I just become you. I become you. I don't know why. I don't love that about me. It just is the truth. And after standing in line for 20 hours or whatever, and I did my song and it was fine, and then did another song, and then you get to a certain round, and then they're like, no, blah, blah, blah. You look like Catherine McPhee. And then afterward, they do like that post interview where they're like, what happened? Tell us what happened.
Yeah.
And I say literally just like this because everyone texted me, it was like, where the fuck are you from now? And I just go, they're like, how does it feel to blah, blah, blah? And I go, it's not worth my tears. I don't know why I'm crying.
Oh.
And I was like,
Lord.
No, I said so many other things in that interview, but that one, damn, not my best moment. But wow,
Jesus,
what a, I don't even know who that was. Like I saw that on the American Idol commercial, and I was like, man, that's not how I want to make it.
that is so wild. And oops, sorry.
Thanks for that question, Will. Blast from the past. Will and I went to college together.
I heard.
Yeah. And we'd play songs, and I worked in downtown Bryan at the wine shop and all the things. And we played music and went to slam poetry. We were good friends. And he's one of my only artist friends that I'd had over there. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
On to what you were saying about, you taking on
People's
the accent.
accents.
I have a funny story about that. I was living in Australia for a year.
Oh my God, you became an Aussie.
No, I didn't
Do
become
the
an
accent.
Aussie. No, I'm not going to do the accent. But I mean,
No.
you'll hear it actually on this thing. I say, yeah, right a lot. I'll go, yeah, right. Yeah, right. There's a couple things that I just have never gotten rid of. And I refuse to say mate for forever, especially because I said it the way I did right now, like mate. But then I got taught later on after a while that, yeah, you call your friends mate or friend's cunt and your enemy's mate. And there was, after a while, I started taking on the mate, and I'll never forget. I was really drunk one night, and this guy kept pissing me the fuck off, and I threw it out there. I probably can't do it right anymore, but I definitely looked at him, and I was just like, "You're right, mate."
It's perfect.
And he was just like,
it.
he was like, all right. He just stopped fucking with me because he kept calling me like a cesspool or whatever, like what they call Americans, like some shit. But I just gave him one of them. I gave him one, and he just pissed the fuck off, and it was great. But
that's good intel.
But afterwards, I went to India, and I was at an ashram, and I was working in an ashram.
Oh my God, you did an Indian accent.
No, I didn't do the Indian accent. No. I'm not doing that, and I didn't do that. But no, I took on, I went to this ashram, and I was working at the ashram. And when I was working, they brought this older guy to come in, and I was training him on cleaning dishes because everybody had to do their part, and he comes in and he starts talking to me. He goes, "Oh, are you from Australia?" And I was like, No, I'm from America, actually. He goes, "Oh, then you're a musician." And I go, "Oh, how do you know that?" He goes, "Because you're not really doing the accent, but you're doing the melody of an Australian accent." And he goes, "Musicians do that. When they stick in a place too long, sometimes they pick up the melody. It's less about the actual enunciations. It's more about the rhythm and the melodies in which you start to steal."
That's gorgeous and a beautiful analysis of musicianship that I will take. I will accept that.
So just know, when you're taking on people's shit, you're just practicing that music.
I'm just when I become someone, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm in rehearsal right now."
Yeah, maybe that's why Tina Turner started talking like she was English.
Did she? Dude, I did that once. I did that once on stage back when 1-to-1 was still around. And I would get nervous with when I first started playing a bunch. I would get nervous with banter, like the in between songs, which thank God I don't really have to do too much of now because we rehearse a cool segue between all the set. But when you're just doing like play the song, stop, play the song, stop,
right,
and you have to kind of kill some seconds, I would get nervous, so I would speak in a British accent, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" And I would hear myself doing it and be like, "Can't you just be a little bit normal?" And my mom would be in the crowd and be like, "Okay." And I'd be like, "Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. I'm so delighted to be here. This next song is," and then I'll be like, "This next song is about me being Venezuelan." Like, what?
Love that.
So there's just a huge identity crisis happening on stage all the time.
Oh, my Lord. Do you want to play us another ditty?
Sure I do. The counter to Lion Chi.
Oh yeah, the counter. What's
the counter to Lion Chi? I wrote the other song first, and I was so sad then that I didn't even want to go to studio. I just wanted to like stay in my room and write songs and drink champagne. So I did that for a very long time. Chris was kind enough to be like, "Well, then if you're not going to come to studio, then I'll come to you."
Oh, wow.
And he brought the rig over, set up a mic, and was like, "Just record it just as you are." With my champagne, me, Chris, sitting cross-legged in my room or in my house, and it was just like one take, raw, blah, blah, blah. And the first song I'd written when I was really sad was, and I've mentioned this before, about that when someone hurts you, you wonder how people can hurt you, but you first go, "Man, then you must be in pain." Like hurt people,
yeah,
right? Is what they say. And so I wanted to pray for this person. One, because I still care about him, and then you want to pray for people before you go, "Fuck you," and you broke my heart and blah, blah, blah. First you're like, "What?
Right.
What?" And that was the sincere first thing I thought was that I wanted to pray for him. So I wrote that. And then after that, I had all the emotions of, "Fuck, dude, fuck you, man. Like, how could you hurt me?" 100%. Which is why Lion Chi came. But Shaded Trees I wrote first. And that one too, for whatever reason, has been the most connection I've gotten with people online and stuff. It's like a new window of community and like healing through shared trauma and shared heartbreak has been a huge, people listening to my stuff and telling me about it has been a huge part of my own healing, which is interesting. I never expected other people listening to it and telling me how it's helping them to help me too. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but hopefully that came out right.
Real quick side note, Shania Twain, I was listening to a podcast with her on it, and it was one of the songs that she wrote celebrating her relationship with her partner. And that when they got divorced, she said it was so impossible to play and so impossible to do. But she kept doing it. It was one of her big hits. And she was like, but then it had another life of its own because of the amount of people that it touched. And people were like, that's my wedding song. And then people tell their own stories of how that means, how much that means to them. And she realized that song is no longer about me. It's about everybody else and their experiences.
Yeah.
So she goes on and she sings it for everybody else.
I really admire when artists say the thing like, I don't like saying the meaning of the song because I want it to belong to other people. And I think that I'm just still or the way that I am, I've only ever written for me, like me as a friend to myself trying to get through stuff. So while I don't love, like, I want the songs to have a life of their own and mean whatever they are to people, I just never, I don't know if I ever expected them to, or something.
Right.
You know, you don't write going, and then the world's going to bop to this. Like, I wrote being like, I just need to make it to tomorrow, you know, and the fact that they're connecting with people allows me the opportunity to start thinking of others within the space of how I work and how I write. And I've never done that before. Not that changes the way that I'm writing, but I have sweet people that'll write things like, your song got me through today. And I'm like, what? You know, because it'll never stop being like a shell shock, like a heart shock of being like, so you're listening to my stuff, you know? I don't know when I'm supposed to, like, if I'm supposed to play it more cool and be like, yeah, you know, whatever. But right now, like, Sugar being on the radio and people sending me, like, I'm bopping to it, like, on my whatever. I'm like, really? Promise? Video it. Prove it. Because it's still fucking cool, man. Like, I just got here, you know?
All right, guys.
And I want to celebrate. Yeah, prove it.
Prove it. See those videos. Tag her on it.
Yeah. And I just like celebrating.
Bop it.
Twist it. Pull it. I'm aging myself. But I like celebrating all the little things that and I just don't care about acting cool about it because it's fucking cool and I'm stoked for it and
you're cool and I'm stoked for you.
I'm just stoked. This is called Shaded Trees. It's about praying for the person that hurt you.
I'm in love with a man I'm praying for. Said his heart is filled with demons and there ain't no space for me. Oh, we all have wicked ways. Yeah, we're hard and easy days. Sit beside me underneath the shaded trees. When I pray for you, the devil's scared of me. I know it's selfish to be thinking about you and me while your heart is heavy, 'cause you ain't been the man you wanna be. But my angels made me strong. I know how to love when you are gone. Promise me you'll sit beneath the shaded trees. When I pray for you, the devil's scared of me. Sweet release. Untangle you from me. Sweet release. Ain't no need for no more talking. Let's just close the door and lock it. Sweet release. I heard you found someone else while loving me, and that the bottle got too heavy and you lost yourself at sea. You can always find your way when tomorrow's a new day. Go and find yourself beneath the shaded trees. Feel the world, but now you'll feel it without me. Sweet release. Untangle you from me. Sweet release. Ain't no need for no more talking. Let's just close the door and lock it. Oh, sweet, sweet release. Oh no, untangle you from me. Ooh, sweet, sweet release. Ain't no need for no more talking. Let's just close the door and lock it. Sweet release. My angel said he's on his way to help keep your demons at bay. I told you the devil's scared of me. Take your time underneath the shaded trees. Thank you.
You know, the irony is I always feel bad when I sing acoustic because they all sound really sad. And then when I play live, it's like a blah, blah, blah. But I think that's how everybody is kind of. Or not,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's so pretty.
Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you. I like that song a lot, actually.
That's wow. That's beautiful.
Thank
God,
you.
I love your voice so much.
Thank you. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but
Yeah.
we give it a go.
But you do. You don't, but you do.
Yeah, it's
You
literally
do,
that.
You do, but you don't.
I do, but I don't.
Yeah.
For
It's
sure.
so great. I love it so much.
Thank you.
And yeah, you're right. It's so funny. I feel like I've only seen.
Me full band.
No, I think I've only seen you like more acoustic.
Oh, really?
And then recently I saw you full band. But actually, no. So I saw you full band in your old band.
Yeah.
Your
Old
other
band.
ex.
Yeah. Yeah, good times.
And and then I saw you with Lion Cheat Ex.
I gotta stop doing that.
Well, I think you are. I think you
I
did
am-
stop doing that.
I
That's
did.
why
I
you're
am-
on CC's train, and I love it.
Yeah, just me.
And I was so nice to see you perform SISI on your own. I actually brought my friends from Australia that were visiting, and they were blown the fuck away.
Really?
They were so. I just got chills. They were. It was something so special for me to share. I was like, they were in town. I was like, they were, traveling around. I took them to your show, and they were just blown away. They were like, she's so beautiful. She's amazing. I think you met them, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And
That is so nice.
And they were like, her voice, and like, it's the first time I'd seen you with your new band, and I was like, yeah, her fucking voice. Like,
Man, thank you for saying that. Thank you, friends of Gonzo, for saying that.
It was just great stage presence, great band. Oh my lord.
Oh, my bandmates are the fucking best,
Oh,
man.
they just fucking had it, man.
They are
did it.
so talented. They are so talented.
But it
I
was
don't
so
know.
good.
I feel really lucky to play with them. They're like legit career musicians who know what they're doing and know everything. Sometimes I just feel like a little, I feel like I got electrocuted and I'm just on stage and I happen to maybe sing a song, but they're getting to sing with them and play with them. Talk about wanting to rise, to the occasion every time we play, because they're
so talented.
Yeah, they were killer.
They're so
and
insane.
so are you. And it shows. I mean, obviously, you're the captain. They're following the captain, and that means they believe in you, which is huge.
Yeah, they make me feel very potent, and it makes me want to be as good of a captain as I can. And the sincere respect also that they give me in that role of saying, this is your vision and your project and your songs. What do you need of this? You know, how can we do this? How can we? It's
so hard.
It's fucking amazing.
When people follow you, well, not follow you, but when they go, I love this song, I like these songs, and they're there to play your songs. They're there to lift you up, and they're there to push your like you said, your ideas out. Yeah,
it literally is a huge part of me being able to feel like I should even keep going, is the fact if they're in it, and I've got this like little family that we're obsessed with each other. We all love each other, have too good of a time together, and
love that.
Even we were doing rehearsal the other night at Scotty's house, and he later messaged me and was like, I just thought you'd like to hear this, that my roommate, he has a roommate, and that I guess his roommate was hearing, we were doing band practice, and that his roommate popped out to be like, hey, that was all like a lot better than I expected. And Scotty was like, what did you expect? And he's like, well, what you told me. And Scotty's like, I told you what it was, and that it was really good and blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, but it was even better. And I was like, the roomie in silence, in silent private conversation liked it. Yes. I was like, roomie approval is a big deal, because a lot of roomies can come out and be like, that fucking sucked. You know, and half of me would be like, I respect that. But
man, you're telling me I'm a drummer. You know how many times people were like, I fucking hate your drumming. Shit. The learning curve sucked in the beginning. The first couple of years was really bad.
Oh man,
really bad. But
learning to drum, I bet, is in another life I was a drummer.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think I needed it. I think therapy I would have saved my therapy.
No time like the present.
Dude, I'm down. Like I really am. I do try and learn. I take lessons and stuff from Scotty and guitar, and I'm trying to get better at everything. Just want to be good at it. If I'm going to do it, I want to be good at it. So maybe I will drum one of my songs one day.
Yeah,
that'd be swaggy.
Yeah, like the band Haim.
My god, I love when she does that.
Yeah,
what a babe.
Danielle does it all the time. Yeah, shout out to the homies.
Let me open for you guys.
Yeah, let's see open for you.
This is just me shooting my shots all on this podcast.
They're old friends of mine, and they're the sweetest human beings.
They're so. I appreciate their sincerity and authenticity, and like 100%. The way that they're siblings too. So I'm a sibling type of girls.
They are such a close knit family of love. It's so beautiful to be present and watch and see. They are just the most beautiful human beings.
Yeah, it seems like that. I appreciate following them.
Yeah, not
just because of their music, but like their actual personalities.
Yeah. Well, shout out to y'all. Come on the show too.
What are you putting out?
I don't know if you heard those last songs I put out like a while back, but I have some new ones that are coming out, especially post getting sick and
I bet
almost dying. I have some pretty fucking cool songs that I actually wrote one last night while prepping for your thing.
Really?
Yeah. So that actually, there's one that I wrote last night.
Let's fucking go.
After doing your sign and getting things ready, I just popped on the headphones, and before I knew it was 4:00. It was 3:30 in the morning already. Before I knew it was 4:00.
Dude, I'm stoked to hear it. Send it.
I'll send it to you.
The whole getting sick and almost dying, and then talk about how that like ends up becoming its own world and momentum. Like
100%.
Had that not happened, what feels like clarity, at least from the receiving end, it feels like there's this clarity and sense of self and purpose that you're giving off. That's contagious and so cool to be around and potent. That like you have to feel the blessing, right? I mean the sheer luck of still being here, man. So,
knocking on death's door and then coming out and
thank
going,
God you're still here, dude.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm going to do something with this. And that's how this podcast got started. I was like, I felt the love from my community of musicians and people in Austin, and I said, let's fucking do something with this.
Is this tapping on dreams that you've had before too, of like what your ambitions are and what's the goal? What's the end goal here?
When I came out of the hospital and I came out of everything and I kind of got blacked out of social media and stuff, and I made it public, and I had a GoFundMe, and I decided for the first time to really be in the public on my birthday. Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
It was really just the people that came out for this concert, the people that performed, the people that showed up, and again, to be alive. And it was a lot of reflecting. It was very overwhelming. And one of the things that somebody said, it reminded me of when I was growing up. I used to love my birthday parties, and not just because I wanted to celebrate me, but because I loved getting the people around me that I love. And I've always had a really eclectic group of friends around me my whole entire life, growing up in Venice Beach. I mean, fucking right there.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things that somebody once said was, I love coming, and his name is Randy Turner. What up, Randy? What are you doing, brother? Randy Turner. He is Ike and Tina Turner's grandson. And he came to my party once, and one of them, and he's like, I fucking love coming to your birthdays because you never know who you're going to meet. I could be standing next to a doctor, next to a musician, and everybody just gets along, respects each other, and gets to know each other. And on my birthday, when I had that event, following that event and during it, people just kept coming up and saying, oh my God, I just met the most beautiful people. And it's selfish of me to keep this all to myself. So I need to share this with the world.
Yeah.
And hence the marquee. Now we are.
That's amazing, because it also, I imagine at least, when people attempt to step into this certain parts of themselves that they feel like is really potent, it also feels like, or maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, but like sometimes I have a hard time with when I want to step into something that I feel potent on, that I'm like, I could do this.
Yeah.
It also ends up feeling like I have to decide that I'm going to be that person now. Like it's not going to be this like, oh, little on me, I'm singing a couple songs and it's just cool. Like you have to kind of become it.
You got to dig in.
And that's the only way to properly honor who you're trying to bring into, is that all of you has to arrive to it, because you're serving nothing by being like, I'm going to do this thing, we're just going to give it a go. No. In, like, all the way. And that
100%.
feels like what you're saying is like, you probably had to decide, maybe beforehand you were like on the other side of kind of keeping these like skill sets and parts of you at bay or something.
Yeah.
And letting them kind of shine in little moments. And you're like, no, I got to do this light.
Yeah.
Like, I can do this. And
I will say it was...
I'm stoked and proud for you, man. That's it.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah, man.
I will say it was kind of weird though. The other day, somebody was like, "Oh yeah, this is Matt. He's a musician and this and a podcaster." And I was like, "Oh,
yes, dude.
I guess I'm a podcaster." So I
You're
don't even.
damn right.
I'm a podcaster now. But
Yeah, and a damn good one.
I want to do something real quick, and I
Okay.
want to bring a little something on as a little surprise. So give me 2 seconds, and I will be right back.
Okay. Surprise. Shit. What is this?
Little treat.
Fuck yeah.
One of the most important things to me is like comfort food, and growing up around food, and I know it's the same with you. So,
Oh my god, it's an arepa. Ay, no me jodas, mira.
and it's vegan.
This is oh my god. And it even looks like there's plátanos on. I'm dying.
There's plátanos, avocado.
Oh my god. This is such an amazing surprise. I also haven't eaten all day, which is amazing. This is my entire... Yeah, do y'all see this? I don't know who camera to show. You can't. This is... Arepas are my love language. Like, this is... I make this at my house. Like,
Love that.
This is everything. What an incredible surprise.
Yay.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Can't reach it.
Boom.
Wow. Fuck. This is so good. Mamá, mira una arepita. Pero con todo, tomate, aguacate, cebolla,
So let's
plátano. Wow, dude.
Let's talk food. Take a bite. Enjoy yourself. But I'm going to ask you a couple questions too.
Oh my god.
You good?
Arepas are the best food in the world. If you don't know about them, they're also like really healthy. It's just corn. This is so good.
It was really
Where
good.
did you get this?
Some Venezuelan food truck in Austin, Texas.
Four Brothers?
No.
Who?
I can't remember the name.
Four Brothers is really great too, but also, esto está buenísimo. Muchas gracias, quien sea que lo hizo. Wow. Oh my god, I love arepas, dude. Wow.
Damn, this is good.
Oh, this is what a good surprise. Man, this is dope.
So tell me let's talk food. Last meal. What are you having?
Fuck. All I can think about is this food right here. It could range. You know, maybe it's an arepa, but also I'm such a little, like, health nut or whatever, because I just try and stay feeling good and whatever. that I don't eat a lot of certain things. Like I don't eat a lot of pizza and pasta, and because I just try and stay healthy so that I feel good about myself and what I can do.
We're talking you're dying tomorrow. What
exactly. So because I'm dying tomorrow, and I'm like, well then fuck it. I'd probably want, I don't know, like a pizza with like this, like stone fire roasted pizza, but it's like white truffle and caviar and champagne.
Oh yeah.
And champagne. I love Birka Salmon champagne. I love them very, very much. And I'd probably do like a pizza, white truffle pizza with caviar. I could also do like buckets of chips and salsa, which is like another love language of mine that I have to say no to. I could do arepas. I could do my tita's arepas. I mean...
Okay. Well...
if I die a couple times, if I had to be like a cat and then I got a few menu options, that's what it's looking like.
Let's say...
What about you?
What about me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Barbecue.
Nah.
No?
Burritos, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably going to be burrito from Gilbert's El Indio in Santa Monica, California. It's a wet green burrito with like shredded in there and chicken and all this stuff. It's got a salsa verde on top with the cheese. I like to crack all the chips, put them on top of the salsa. Probably going to be that. It'd be my grandmother's mole maybe, but she's no longer here, so my mom, she makes it all right. Sorry, Mom. But let's see. Maybe that. I got another good one for you. If you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would it be? And what y'all eating?
You know, I mean, at the risk of sounding, I don't mean this in like a sad way as much as just like, I'd be so curious to meet my dad right now because I'm the age that he was and he passed away. And to imagine him at my age and wondering if we'd be like buds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel him all the time. I'm that type of person where I feel like we still communicate, and he almost, it feels like he has a sense of humor of moments when I need him to appear and help me or something. And I just feel like he does these. I just always feel like he's around. So I feel like I know him, which is interesting to say out loud. But I would love to have dinner with my dad. Yeah, and be like, this is crazy that this is the age. I feel like a baby kind of, and I can't imagine the life he led. You know, military, med school, 5 kids, falling in love with a Venezuelan who was a study abroad student at the time, and you know, all the things. I think we would shoot the shit really, really well.
I love that.
And my dad played guitar. I think he did it more as like a hobby, but like that's the thing. Like I was a kid, so I don't know these things. So my dad is like a human, as a guy. So I'd love to. And his favorite beer is Heineken, so we always have a Heineken in his honor. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool to shoot the shit with my dad.
I love that.
And what would we eat?
Yeah, what you
He
eating?
loved grilling. So I'd probably have my brother Tommy make him barbecue and then make me like a portobello something. But you know what? I think at dinner, my dad would be like, what the fuck are you saying that you don't eat meat? You know, it's just a moment.
So maybe you'll have some of the chicken.
Maybe I'll have some of the chicken. Yeah. Or maybe I cook him something. I don't know. I'm not a phenomenal cook, but I pour a whole lot of love into it.
I doubt that somehow. Let's see. What else?
I open champagne bottles really well.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
It's just so good. I don't know if there's if there's a cute way of eating, but I don't really care. It's too good.
I'm so glad I hit. I was so curious. I was like, I wanted to bring something that was unique to you. So you said a little sweet, healthy treat. I got vegan arepas.
Holy shit, you nailed it. Talk about.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. Well,
nailed it.
Before we go, though.
Wait, who are you sitting with? Did you already say that?
What?
Who are you sitting with for dinner?
Oh, I haven't said shit. I never thought. Oh, man, I never thought about it my way.
Well.
Oh, my Lord.
The Lord? You'd sit with the Lord?
No.
That's a good answer.
No, that would be a good one, though.
Man, that is a good answer. That would be...
God.
I'm
sitting with God. We're eating burritos.
That's a great answer.
I'll teach him how I eat my burritos, and I'm curious how he eats his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be such a good dinner.
That's good.
Let me bring out the wine.
Yes. My
headspace went to a very
Jesus
Catholic
liked
joke.
wine, so yeah.
Catholic jokes. Sorry.
Catholic jokes. Let's see. Well, before we go, tell us what you got coming up, girl.
Oh my gosh. I got selected by there's this thing called Every Woman's Marathon with Gonna Need Milk, a milk organization, and Every Woman's Marathon. They do a marathon every year in Savannah, Georgia, and they normally follow athletes, professional athletes, Olympic trial athletes, and their training leading up to running this marathon. And this year they wanted to focus on normal people, and that normal people can incorporate health and wellness and all that into their days and lives. And a bunch of people, like I guess a bunch of people submit, and they chose a few people in the country, and I got chosen. And the whole point is to integrate, how does a musician and wine director, sommelier, integrate into their lives training for a marathon, and they're documenting it for 6 months, and it's a gig that I got that I'm really stoked on because one, the social media space and all that is really bizarre to me and not necessarily like my normal steps. So to partner in this way with an organization that has a bigger platform, and they're going to use my songs on everything.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a big deal for me, on just the visibility of the songs. And it also means that I have to run a fucking marathon. So I am running in November, and I'll be training for that in a lot of places. All of this summer is completely dedicated to releasing these tunes single by single, and really just media focused. No shows in Austin. Cool. So I'll be doing some wine work and music work in Italy, in Spain, in Portugal, and some in New York, and that's where I'll be training for these marathons and releasing singles, and hopefully just communicating a ton with people online and releasing stuff and trying to turn the pot of that community that I'm trying to be a part of, like this, which is huge. And I'm just going to release a bunch of new tunes.
So follow her stuff.
Please follow
her stuff. Follow her journey. Run a marathon.
Teach me social media if you know about it.
Teach her how to TikTok. We're old, so
we're old.
Well, shit.
I am so. This made my fucking day, man. What a sweet and thoughtful gift. I love Arepa so much. And I love my family, and this just makes me feel like my family. I can't eat this with a fork. Sorry, that's just not how it goes.
No.
It's with your hands.
Come on, bite that.
It is with your hands. I'm so grateful. Thank you for this.
Mm-hmm.
This is so cool. This is an arepa, and everyone should have one.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
That's a wrap for us today. But I love you so much.
Love
You're
you
such
too.
a special gem, and thank you so much for coming
I
on.
love you too. I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're alive.
Thank you.
Everyone is, and we love you very much.
Aw. Well, take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Hugs and kisses from us, and I'm going to get up and give you a hug and kiss. Thank you all so much.
This is amazing. An arepa, dude. Thoughtful. It's so good. I was opening. I was like, what is this? Incredible.
Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe, do all those things. We're going to have episodes for you every single Wednesday. And yeah, we have a lot of really fun people coming along. And also do me a favor, comment on these things. Do you have any fun questions you want me to ask people? Do you have any people you want me to have on? Let me know. Tell me a little bit something about yourself and about them. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. We'll catch you next week. We got another good one for you. It's Jordan Matthew Young. Peace.
Where's the camera?